There are many animals in the world that can make us fear them, but they can't do anything to us because we are much bigger and more powerful than them. Here are some of those animals that mess with the wrong opponent in their life. Number 7. Hounds harass hippo. We can't believe that this pack of wild dogs would dare to try to hunt a hippo. Now, hippos may seem slow and lazy, but in reality, this giant mammal is one of the more dangerous animals in the world. That's right, you really don't want to mess with the hippo. With enormous sharp teeth and a seriously bad temper, the hippopotamus is officially the most deadly animal in all of Africa. In fact, they're also responsible for killing around 3,000 people every year. They can run at a speed of 18 miles an hour and weigh a staggering 1,800 kg. Just think of them as the sumo wrestlers of the animal kingdom. These oversized predators are mainly vegetarian, but even a lion would avoid a hungry hippo. That's what makes this fight between a huge hippo and a pack of wild dogs all the more shocking. Wild dogs like this will work together in packs of up to 20 and try to wear out their prey, pouncing when their victim has run out of energy to fight back. However, these dogs, filmed in a South African safari park, got way more than they bargained for. What were they thinking? Number 6. When dinner strikes back. When we think of a delicious meal, we usually don't picture a steak topped with thousands of sharp pointy quills. However, it seems like this boa constrictor bit off more than he could chew when he devoured a prickly porcupine. Ouch, that looks pretty painful. This snake has been impaled from the inside by dozens of super sharp spikes, proving that this porcupine wasn't going down without a fight. The 13-foot reptiles aren't venomous, but they do have another sinister technique that they use to catch their prey. They will coil around their victims, squeezing them tightly until they either stop breathing or their heart fails. The snake tries to shake these razor-sharp quills, but seems to have no luck. The worst part is it can actually take a boa constrictor 4 to 6 days to digest their food, so this prickly mammal isn't going away anytime soon. Number 5. Bulldog barks at bears. This tiny pup may be small, but he's powerful. When Jules the bulldog found a trio of intruders on his owner's property, he decided to take matters into his own hands. Or should we say, paws? Yet this 20-pound French bulldog confronted a group of bears who had stumbled onto his porch in search of food. Not on his watch. Jules chased away these Californian bear cubs, despite the fact that they were almost twice his size. More and more bears are becoming bold enough to try and break into humans' houses in search of a snack. So having a guard dog like Jules always comes in handy. Even though these sneaky bears try to intimidate the bulldog with their strength, this proud pooch won't back down. Yet this bark may be worse than his bite, but Jules' defense strategy really works when it comes to these pesky bears. You tell them. Number 4. Shark vs. Octopus. Okay, we've all wondered who would win in a fight between a mega shark and a giant octopus, but the real answer might actually shock you. Yet the deadly shark is no match for this 8-legged foe, and the epic showdown was even captured on camera. Employees at an aquarium in Seattle, United States had started to notice that their shark population was mysteriously declining, and they couldn't figure out why their dogfish kept perishing. Discovering their bodies on the floor of the tank, they decided to set up a secret camera to figure out who the culprit really was. And yet, you guessed it, the giant Pacific octopus turned out to be the killer. It seems like the octopus had a real score to settle with these sharks. Now, while sharks are known for their rows of dagger-like teeth, the giant Pacific octopus has 8 powerful tentacles, each with 2 rows of suckers that can lock their prey into a deadly grip that they can't escape. Weighing between 40 to 50 and measuring up to 20 feet long, this octopus is one strong opponent. Wrapping its arms around the shark, the octopus flips it upside down, paralyzing it due to a natural phenomenon called tonic immobility. Now that's what we call a wrestling move. Well, the moral of this story is clear: don't ever keep an octopus in a tank with a shark. Number 3. Polar bear pokes the beast. Yet the polar bear might be one of the baddest, biggest apex predators on Earth, but even they are too scared to go head-to-head with the giant walrus most of the time anyway. In this surprising video footage, documentarians captured the moment that this furry white killer dared to harass a walrus. The bear was probably checking to see if this particular walrus was weak enough to drag away from the herd, but that was still a bold move from the polar bear. Sadly, the polar bears are becoming more and more desperate for food as the sea ice continues to melt, so this may have been a risk that the bear had no choice but to take. With an adult walrus weighing around 2,000 kg and a polar bear only weighing around 350 to 700 kg, the sheer size of the walrus alone is enough to deter most bears from trying to eat walrus for breakfast. Not to mention the fact that walrus can live in colonies of up to 1,000 animals in the Arctic. With only 250 or so polar bears left in the wild, they're seriously outnumbered when it comes to animal opponents. Walruses are the heavyweight champions of the world. Number 2. Four-legged friend fights eight-legged freak. From a giant octopus who isn't afraid to tackle the ocean's most notorious predator to another octopus that has found itself in the middle of a feud with a not-so-scary house cat. That's right. This furry feline is really giving the octopus a run for its money. In fact, the octopus looks like all it wants to do is escape the kitty and get back in the water where it belongs. But we can't say that we blame it. Yeah, in the sea, the octopus is a fearsome figure that strikes terror into the heart of any creature who dares to cross it. But on land, oh, it's a whole different story. This hungry cat is craving a little calamari for lunch. Unfortunately for this kitty, its slippery ocean opponent makes a tenacious escape, but it certainly makes a difference to see the octopus being put in its place. This underwater bully is getting a taste of its own medicine. Number 1. Taming of the shrew. Now, if there is one critter that you don't want to start a fight with, it's got to be the deadly scorpion. These infamous arthropods are one of the oldest land animals in the world, and around 450 million years ago, they would have measured around 3 feet long, armed with their signature stinger. Today, the largest scorpion grows to about 9 inches long, but that doesn't make it any less terrifying. These venomous creatures can use toxins to sting their prey and leave them withering in pain, but for some reason, that doesn't stop this courageous shrew. That's right, a shrew woke up one day and thought to himself, "This is the day I battled a scorpion." You must have had nerves of steel. Whereas a scorpion has a low metabolic rate, meaning it can survive for almost a whole year without eating a meal. The shrew actually has one of the highest metabolisms on Earth, and if it doesn't eat 80% to 90% of its own body weight each day, it will die. Yeah, you'd have to be desperate to try and tackle a scorpion, especially when you consider the fact that these tiny mammals are so easily startled that they can drop dead at the slightest surprise. This boxing match with a scorpion might just be the last fight of its life. However, the shrew does actually have one trick up its sleeve. Yet shrews are actually venomous too. This is extremely unusual for a mammal, but the shrew actually has enough venom in its glands to kill 200 mice, or perhaps one scorpion. So these are animals that messed with the wrong opponent. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.